Web Insurance countdown to kickoff on 1150 WIMA and 1150WIMA.com. What's the camera doing in here, Doug?
We're doing a little extra on the website this year. Where we used to just have scores, we've got some video, our picks here that are coming up.
Yeah.
Hello, world. Also, then we'll have post-game wrap with you and Todd posted tomorrow morning before Coach's Corner goes on the air. We'll also have some pictures from our broadcast game. So our sideline reporter is going to be taking some pictures as well, and player poll, and you'll see all of it online at the website 1150WIMA.com. It's in the sports section, which is up there. Something like that. I'm trying to gauge where this video will be. Look for sports up above us.
Just for those who were confused when Doug said that you and Todd, when he was talking to me, we have a new color commentator this year, former Bath coach Todd Clark, will join me in the booth, and we look forward to his insights and wisdom throughout the season. So check us out online. Of course, the scoreboard will be up as soon as we get the scores tonight, and you can sign up for our score text service as well. Right now, we're going to make some salient and cogent picks, or at least we're going to try. Let's start with our broadcast game.
We'll give it the old college try.
That's right. Let's start with our broadcast game. Marion Local at Shawnee. If you looked in the Lima News, I'm part of the panel that picks. We had 6 guys. 3 picked Marion Local, 3 picked Shawnee. I think there's a lot of people really interested in how this game will play out because both teams have question marks that need to be answered, but they're both very talented. I went with Marion Local. And my pick with the Lima News, I'm going to stick with that. I think Shawnee is going to be very good. I just think that Marion Local will find a way to win this game. I don't have any particular reason because I think both teams have a lot of talent. But Marion Local will come in here and somehow find a way to win. But I do predict Shawnee is going to be at the top of the WBL before this is all said and done.
All right, you're wrong, Todd. Shawnee will stifle Marion Local. The Flyers will really struggle moving the ball. They haven't traditionally been that good of a passing game, and guys like Isaiah Irons and Zach Truesdale, they're just going to live in the Marion Local backfield, and Shawnee will win a moderately close game, something like a 21-7.
You know, I really hope Shawnee wins, and that's not anything against Marion Local. I love Tim Goodwin and the Flyers, but Shawnee has had so much heartbreak the last few years. If they can win this game, it'll really set them up for a playoff run.
It's not only good for Shawnee, but it's good for the Western Buckeye League. Yes. It's going to give them some chops. Mike, I like what you're saying about Shawnee, but too close a game, and like I said earlier, when you've got 2 teams that look even on paper and one plays in the MAC, you take the MAC team.
You're going to piss Mike off doing that. He hates that.
I know he hates that, but I'm just saying statistically it bears out.
The MAC, but so what? It's a new season.
It is a new season.
Just because they're members of the MAC means nothing.
That's what I was saying. I didn't say you don't like the MAC.
Right. No, I understand that, but I'm playing the odds.
Very good.
Nice.
That I made up on the spot, but I'm still going with them.
Game number 2, Salina at Lima Senior. Spartans, despite struggles mightily the last few years, have dominated this series. And I think they're going to win it again. In fact, they might win fairly handily this year. I like where the Spartans are going, and I think the Bulldogs are trying to get things back going again where they used to be, but I don't think they're there or close. I'm taking Lima.
Big key is the quarterback position. Lima with a new guy, Adrian Hutchins, but reportedly he can throw it around a little bit, and he can move, and he's got some good size. Salina without Derry Gagel, as Doug talked about earlier, that's too big of a change. He was Mr. Everything for their offense last year. I'll take the Spartans also in a home game, and hoping they show a little endurance with their defense through the length of the game.
Now that's just it. I think Lima Senior wins this one by 2 scores. I want to see how they play in the second half. If they're up 2 or 3 scores at the half, do they keep pouring it on? Do they keep pounding their way through? Do they stay focused? If they do, I think we're going to see good things out of Lima Senior the rest of the year, but certainly taking the Spartans tonight over the Bulldogs.
Neighborhood rivalry. Allen East traipses a little bit to the west to take on the Bath Wildcats, and I'm going with Allen East. I think Cam Staley's going to have this team much better. Mustangs, I think, will be an improved team this year. I look for them to be at least at the 500 mark. I think Bath will get back to speed, hopefully, in the near future. But first-year coach, a lot of changes. Allen East in year 2 with Cam Staley. They've got Levi Hoy at running back, where they learned he should have been all along last year. And I like the Mustangs in this one.
I said earlier in the pregame show that I like Bath in this one, and I'm sure your pick not influenced by that diploma from Allen East.
Strangely, I'm not
all right,
influenced
okay.
by that at all.
Not going to be the homer pick there. No, I think you make some good points. I don't know. The last, what is this, our 5th year of doing this that I've been here now, and we always try and pick a team that we think is going to come out of nowhere and shock people. And I've picked Bath, I think, every year, and they've disappointed me. If I just keep picking Bath,
picking them,
it has to happen. So I'm taking Bath over Allen East tonight.
I'm jumping on with you there, Doug. Bath, absolutely. I have so much respect for new coach Chris Miller and the attitudinal change since he has coming in. I think Bath is going to win. They've dominated this series historically, and sorry about your luck, Allen East, Coach Staley.
We'll see about that. By the way, just because the guy's last name is Miller doesn't mean
he has to side with him.
Our last pick, Putnam County rivalry, Columbus Grove at Pandora Gilboa. I think this is a real tester for Columbus Grove if they want to get back in the playoffs. But I think Pandora Gilboa has too much for them, and I'm going to pick the Rockets.
I'm going to pick the Rockets, too, for a whole variety of reasons. On paper, I think they're deeper, they're better. And they've got a couple of skilled guys that are undeniable. Josh Lee, I think, was like the state defensive player of the year last year in their division. So one guy like that in the small school division, Division 6, can really set the tone. I don't know how you can't like Pandora in this game, with full respect for Grove and their tradition.
Sure, if anybody could pick it wrong, maybe it would be Doug.
I'm going to side with you guys. I would love to prove you right and be wrong on this one. I don't think that made any sense, but
what?
We'll just keep going with that. No, I think I'm not only going to pick Pandora Gilboa to win this game. I'm going to pick him to win in the BBC this year.
You're taking them in the Blanchard Valley.
I am. I just think they've got. Liberty Benton loses. You don't lose Aaron Kraft to get better. Okay, and at the same time, Pandora Gilboa brings back a lot of that athletic talent that we talked about earlier. They're going to be a force to reckon with. I mean, they were right there up until Liberty Benton last year, and they rebounded, I think, pretty well after that last year too. So look for them to have big things, and they'll beat Columbus Grove.
All right, guys. Maybe not a prediction on any game this week, but one more item you want to throw out there that might be off the map. Mike, I think you had one when we were off the air here. Throw that out there for public consumption.
Upset special tonight. I really think people are going to be stunned how Elida has transitioned. They're much bigger on the lines than they have been, and I'm telling you, their offensive attack is off the charts. We all know Reggie McAdams from basketball. This guy is a Terrell Pryor-like quarterback, the way he can air it out and the way he can run. They've got two big wideouts, his brother Alex and Michael Knotts, all from basketball fame. Desmond Reagan could be really a powerhouse as a running back. And if you look, the last couple of years, the lower classes, the 8th grade and the freshmen with Elida have had like 6-2 and 7-3 records. I think it's going to start showing some dividends and could shock the world with a victory over Liberty Benton.
Doug, any other thoughts?
Good luck to Elida, and I certainly would love to see them get some victories this year, but that is a tall order. Todd, I believe you said you may eat your hat if that happens, and we'll get video for that.
I'm not wearing a hat at the moment, but
we'll find a hat.
If Elida beats Liberty Benton, I'll find a hat.
I would love to see some positive things from Elida this year, and I think they're close. I think they get a couple of wins this year, maybe 3 tonight. That's a tall order, but hey, if you get ultimate bragging rights next week, all right, Todd made his homer pick earlier with Allen East. All right, it wasn't a homer pick.
Right.
So I'm going to take my homer pick, and it's not going to be Ottawa-Glandorf, mind you, although I do think Ottawa-Glandorf will win. I'll take Indian Lake over Spencerville, even though I think Spencerville's going to be pretty good this year.
Well, I'm going to go off the map, not a pick, but I think tomorrow night, LCC St. John's, there are going to be thousands of people turned away at the gate at Lima Stadium that still, through their own ignorance and inattentiveness, don't know that we have half a stadium, and it's going to boost our efforts to renovate Lima Stadium, and we'll be talking about that throughout the season. Countdown to kickoff with Web Insurance continues. We'll talk with Ada coach Mike Fell and more coming up on 1150 WIMA.